Okay, so here we are at lesson 29, and this is where we're going to go live with your website. In the previous lesson I showed you how to build a web page using HTML, but that page isn't going to do you a whole lot of good if it's not on the web, is it? So let's learn how to upload it to the web. Most systems that you use will have some sort of file manager, but they're not necessarily the best way to upload files. There is one in cPanel and I'm going to show you that, but usually the experts and the people that are doing a lot of this will use something called FTP, File Transfer Protocol, and to use that you'll need an FTP client, and that really is a software program that uses FTP to transfer your files. They have drag and drop facilities where you can drag files directly from your computer onto your website, and you can also use FTP to back up important files from your PC. You can create a storage folder within the root directory, that's just above the public HTML of your website, or you can actually download them to a file on your computer, somewhere on your computer. I'm going to show you now just how simple all this really is. It's absolutely nothing to get concerned about. Here we are at my site Boxerdogs XYZ, and as you can see there's nothing there. It just brings up this blank page. So what we need to do is we need to upload our file that we created in the last lesson into our website so that it'll display online correctly. So that's what we're going to be doing in this lesson. It's a very simple process, and I'm going to show you two ways of doing it. First of all, if we do it through cPanel, here we are in cPanel for Boxerdogs, and we can go to File Manager, and it will bring up pretty much a blank page because there's nothing there. It's a new page. So this is our public HTML page. If we just go up a level just to show you, there are other folders here. There's www, which is essentially it's the same as public HTML. There are access logs and temporary files, your mail folder and cache and things like that. All you're really concerned with is the public HTML, or you can use the World Wide Web folder. As I say, they're both essentially the same. If we go there, and you'll see that all there is in there is that CGI bin and an error log. So what we need to do now is upload our file. We have to choose the file, and we've got it here, index.html. We've got it here as a text file as well. We could upload it as either and then simply change the name to HTML afterwards. In fact, I'll do that because if you've got it as a text file you might want to just see that. So I'll upload it as a text file. That will upload very quickly. We go back here and we'll see the index is there, and it's there as a text file. It's not going to display correctly. So what we need to do is just select that, and we can rename it. Rename to index.html, and you will see that it'll change its little image, its thumbnail as well. There you go. It shows it as a web page. And now if we go back to our index page here and we refresh the screen, and there you have. So it's really as simple as that. So that is exactly what we had planned before we had it. Now I want to show you that using FTP as well. Now FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, and you need a software program to do that. Now when I started online you had to buy software programs to do that, and I've got an FTP program that I bought called Qt FTP that I've had for, I don't know, 12-15 years. But nowadays you can get free FTP programs that are equally as good as the paid ones. I'm going to show you in mine because that's what I use, because that's what I'm used to, but I'm going to put a link below for a free one that you can download yourself and use, and they all pretty much the same the way that they do things. So now I'm going to go to my FTP program. Here I am in my FTP client. As I say, this is Qt FTP, but they're all pretty much the same. There's the Site Manager panel, which gives you the sites that you have. I've got my sites in this folder here, and I set up Boxer Dogs in examples. And what you have to do when you're starting this up is you have to just put in the basic information, and as I say, they all work in pretty much the same way, but I'll just show you how it works in Qt FTP. You put in your address here. I've already done it, as you can see, but boxerdogs.xyz, and the site name, you can call it whatever you want. You could call it, you can leave it as Boxer Dogs XYZ if you want. Boxer Dog, you could call it Boxer Dog product or whatever your product is, and then you would click on next, and then you put in your username, the same as you would use to log into your cPanel, and your password, and when you've done that you click next and it'll connect you to the site in the same way that you've got access through cPanel. The difference is usually using an FTP manager you can upload bigger files. It's a little bit quicker than using the file manager in the cPanel, and you can upload multiple files at the same time if you want to. It's just a very handy tool, and you'll find it good for managing your account. Now you can see we've already got index.html in here, and you'll have a couple of panels here in the local drives, so you look for where you've got your information, and we've already got the index.html there. You can modify that, you can rename it, or you could delete it. We'll delete it, okay, and I'll show you exactly the same here. I'm not going to upload the index.html, which I could do. I'm just going to upload the text file again. So I just click on it and upload, and pretty quickly you'll see it'll upload, and there it is. If we were to go back to our website and refresh it, you'll see that that will change again because I've taken out that HTML file. So we'll just do that. We'll go back here and we'll refresh that page, and you'll see it's gone. The index file has disappeared. So back to our FTP client, we rename that .html, and it just takes a minute to rename it, and you see it's back there. And now if we go back to our site and we refresh again, there it is again. Okay, so you can see how to upload it now, either using your cPanel or using an FTP client. I would recommend you get an FTP client. Sometimes it's handy to do it through the file manager, but usually once you get used to it, you'll find that the FTP client is going to be easier for you and better to do. And that's really it for this lesson. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how you can do this, or take this and use some of the tools that we will be using to make this look a lot better, a lot easier. Okay, so having seen that demonstration, we're up to the action step, and what I want you to do is upload at least one page to your site using FTP. Note that the file should be named index.html if you want it to appear as the home page of your website, or it could be index.htm. There are things like index.php, etc., but we're not going to get involved in that at this stage. So nothing to worry about. The file that you're uploading now, index.html or index.htm, both work equally. And in the next lesson, I'm going to be showing you some tools you can use to make your website look nice in a simple way. As always, you're welcome to post your questions and comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. God bless.